You may have heard that confidence is key to getting women to talk to you. While confidence is important, it's not the only thing that matters. Even the shiniest men can be very successful with women, and it's because they know how to talk to them and what they really want to hear. In this video, we'll look at 11 powerful strategies for chatting with the woman of your dreams in a way that keeps her interested. If this topic interests you, please show your support by liking, following, and sharing this video with friends who might find it useful. Stay tuned for more content that will change your life and make your relationships better right now. Allow us to begin. Number 1. Don't act too smart. In the world of Stoicism, knowledge is highly valued, but it's important to be humble when talking to women about it. It's important to find a balance between showing off your intelligence and being humble. For example, if you meet someone new at a social event and want to make a good impression, you might be tempted to share all the interesting facts and insights you've learned over the years. However, remember that no one likes being around someone who is always bragging about how smart they are. It can come off as condescending and rude. Women like smart men, but they also like men who are humble. Think about it. Would you like to talk to someone who is always trying to show how smart they are? Probably not. Similarly, women like conversations that feel welcoming and respectful. It's okay to share your thoughts and ideas without making the other person feel less important. If you're talking about a subject you know a lot about, don't take over the conversation. Instead of saying, "Actually," you could say, "I read something interesting about this recently. What do you think?" This shows that you care about what she thinks and encourages her to share her ideas. Another useful tip is to keep your comments short and to the point. Long explanations can make you seem like you're trying too hard to impress. Instead, aim for short and interesting comments. For example, instead of giving a long lecture on a subject, you could say, "I've been thinking about this idea a lot. What are your thoughts on it?" Also, ending your sentences with "just a thought" or "what do you think" can lessen the impact of your comments. It shows that you're not imposing your knowledge, but rather inviting a conversation. This way, even if you weren't trying to offend, you won't come across as overbearing. Let's use this in real life. If you're talking about a historical event, instead of going into a long monologue about every detail, you could bring up an interesting fact and then ask, "Did you know this? It's pretty interesting, don't you think?" This keeps the conversation light and interesting. Remember that the goal is to share your knowledge without making her feel less smart. It's about making the conversation respectful and fun. By being humble and asking her to share her thoughts, you'll create a more balanced and appealing interaction. Stoicism shows us how important it is to be humble and respectful in our interactions with others. When you talk to women, try to be smart and humble at the same time. Share your ideas without making her look less smart, and always ask her to share hers. This balanced approach will not only make your conversations more enjoyable, but it will also show that you follow the Stoic ideals of being wise and humble. It's easy to get caught up in the trap of always showing off our intelligence in a world where intelligence and knowledge are highly respected. But looking too smart can have unintended effects, like turning people off, making them cocky, and stopping them from growing as a person. Knowing when to share what you know and when to keep your head down and be open to learning is what makes you truly wise. Being humble and sure of our skills at the same time can help us build stronger relationships, find more growth chances, and earn the respect of others. Learn to be humble. Know that you can always learn more, and that other people may have useful things to say. When you're talking to other people, listen carefully and show that you value their points of view. Understand your flaws and be ready to say when you don't know something. Encourage working together. Being too smart can make it hard to work with other people because it can put up walls. Support working together and appreciate what everyone brings to the table. Respect other people's thoughts and work with them to reach your goals. Don't be proud. Showing off how smart you are all the time can come off as cocky, which is not a good impression. Let what you do talk louder than what you say. Don't brag about what you've done and help people without expecting to be praised. Be willing to listen. When you act too smart, you close yourself off to feedback, which stops you from growing as a person. Take feedback in a constructive way and use it as a chance to get better. Show appreciation to people who give you comments. Develop your emotional intelligence. A big part of being wise is being able to understand and control your own feelings as well as other people's. Show care and think about how your actions and words affect the people around you. Kindness and understanding will help you build good relationships with other people. Real wisdom isn't just knowing things, it's also knowing when and how to use those things. You can escape the problems that come with acting too smart by being humble, encouraging others to work together, not being cocky, being open to feedback, and improving your emotional intelligence. When it comes to your intelligence, take a fair view that values both your own growth and the growth of those around you. To make your life more important and build stronger relationships, follow these steps. Number 2. Pay close attention to the little things. Stoicism says that one of the most important things to do is to be fully present and aware of everything going on around us. This principle of mindfulness and keen observation can help you a lot when you're talking to women. By noticing the little things about her, you show that you are in the present moment and value her presence and uniqueness. If you're meeting someone for the first time, as a Stoic, you try to be fully present and notice the little things about your surroundings and the person you're with. When you notice something about her, like an accessory or something she's wearing, it gives you a charming way to start a conversation. For example, if she's wearing a bracelet that looks like it could be a travel souvenir, you could say, "That's a beautiful bracelet. Did you get it from somewhere special?" This can lead her to talk about her favorite places she's been and the stories she has told you. It shows you care about her and are interested in her personal stories. Women usually put a lot of thought into how they look and what they wear. These choices can show their interests, hobbies, and personality. By noticing and commenting on these small things, you are showing that you appreciate her efforts and that you see her as a person. This is a great way to make her feel valued and understood. Also, if you talk to her about something she is passionate about, she will likely speak with enthusiasm and energy. This kind of passionate conversation is not only fun, but it also helps you connect with her more deeply. It shows her that you're not just chit-chatting and are interested in what makes her special. By practicing Stoic habits like mindfulness and attentiveness, you can make your conversations much better. When she sees that you are interested in her and paying attention to the little things, she's more likely to feel comfortable and open up to you. This can lead to deeper conversations and maybe even future dates. Remember that the most important thing is to be sincere in your observations and interest. This isn't about using details as a strategy. It's about truly embodying the Stoic practice of being present and engaged in the moment. When you do this, you create an atmosphere of respect and genuine curiosity, which can be very attractive. So the next time you're talking to a woman, take a moment to notice and comment on the little things, like a piece of jewelry, a book she's carrying, or a unique outfit she's wearing. These observations can lead to deep and interesting discussions. This method not only helps forge a bond, but it also fits with the Stoic ideals of being aware and grateful for the present moment. Number 3. Talk about appropriate topics. To have meaningful conversations with women, you need to pick the right things to talk about. A concept with deep roots in Stoic thought. Stoics teach us how important it is to understand others and approach situations with empathy and wisdom. When you talk to a woman, the topics you choose can either make a strong connection or make her uninterested, so it's important to know what interests her and be knowledgeable about those topics. Just as Stoics believe in understanding the nature of things and people, it's important to understand a woman's unique interests, hobbies, and preferences. Each woman is different, and what excites one might bore another. Pay close attention to the cues she gives you about her interests. For example, does she light up when you talk about travel, literature, or current events? If she shows interest in art, being able to read these cues and change the way you talk to her based on them shows that you respect and are paying attention. Talk about new art shows or well-known artists. If you don't know much about art, take the time to learn a few things. The basics. It can be interesting to talk about a recent trip to an art show or a documentary you watched about a famous artist. This work fits with the Stoic idea of always learning and changing based on new information in order to have a meaningful conversation. You should also know a lot about the things you talk about if she likes them. When it comes to sports, make sure you know what kinds of games she likes. Discover new stars and important events in the world of sports. This shows that you're interested in her and value her interests enough to learn more about them. Stoicism teaches us to understand others and be flexible. Every talk is a chance to put these ideas into practice. Show that you care about what she has to say and are willing to learn from her. Being flexible and interested in talking about things she likes shows that you respect and have emotional intelligence. By talking about things that interest her, you can build a deeper connection based on mutual respect and understanding, which are central ideas of Stoic philosophy. For example, if she likes reading, you could talk about your favorite books and authors and even suggest some that she might like. This shows that you care about what she thinks and are ready to spend time having deep conversations. When talking to a woman, it's important to choose the right topic to talk about. Knowing what she's interested in and being knowledgeable about it can lead to a stimulating and interesting conversation. By using the Stoic principles of empathy, understanding, and adaptability, you can build deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. This method not only makes the talk more fun for her, but it also shows that you value and respect her as a person. Conversations can be hard to navigate, especially when you have to think about what topics are acceptable in different situations. Being aware, being sensitive, and knowing how social dynamics work are all needed to have important conversations. Picking the right topics can help people connect, respect each other, and have productive conversations in all kinds of situations, from personal to professional to casual. Figure out the situation personal setting. When you're in a personal setting, think about how the connection works and how close you are to the other person. Talk about things that are related to your ideals and interests. Professional setting. When you're in a professional setting, talk about things that are connected to your job, trends in your industry, and neutral topics that encourage teamwork and friendship. Social context. When you're with friends for a drink or a snack, choose topics that are light-hearted and open to everyone, so that everyone can enjoy themselves. Keep the lines clear. Personal boundaries. Be careful around touchy subjects that could make someone feel strongly or awkwardly. If you don't have permission to talk about personal traumas, health problems, or money issues, don't bring them up. Cultural sensitivities. There are different rules about what you can and cannot talk about in different countries. Find out about these rules so you don't accidentally hurt someone. Situational boundaries. To make sure everyone feels at ease, you might want to talk about more conservative or neutral topics at formal events or big meetings. Learn about things and be kind. Stay up to date. To add meaningfully to conversations, stay up to date on current events, pop culture, and general knowledge. Empathy and listening. Truly want to understand other people's points of view. You can choose topics that are interesting to your chat partners by actively listening and showing empathy. Avoid touchy subjects. Unless you are in a place that encourages open argument, stay away from topics like politics and religion that can divide people and make it hard to have a good conversation. Encourage including everyone. Topics that can interest many people. Pick topics that can interest many people like hobbies, trip experiences, or current events. This makes everyone feel welcome and makes sure that everyone can take part. Question with no answers. To start a conversation, ask questions that bring up different ideas and experiences. This keeps the talk going and helps people find things they have in common. Not having monologues. Make sure there is balance in the talk. Don't take over the conversation. Let other people have plenty of chances to share their thoughts and ideas. Adapt and change. Read the room, watch for non-verbal signs and change the subject if you see that the person is uncomfortable or not interested. Being flexible in talk is a sign of social intelligence. Ask for feedback. Check in with your conversation partners every so often to make sure the talk stays interesting and on topic. You can do this subtly by watching how they respond or directly by asking them what they think about the subject. Learn from your mistakes. Think about the talks you've had in the past to figure out what went well and what didn't. Use what you've learned to improve how you approach future conversations. You can get good at talking about the right things by knowing the situation, setting limits, staying informed, encouraging inclusion, and changing as needed. This not only makes you a better communicator, but it also makes your relationship stronger and creates a friendlier social atmosphere. Number 4. Do not expect too much. One of the worst things you can do is have unrealistic expectations of a woman. Let's look at this from a Stoic point of view. Stoicism tells us to control our expectations and focus on what we can control instead of what we can't when we're with women. This way of thinking can help us treat people and talks with respect and understanding. Be nice to women, but don't expect them to pay you a date in return. Compliments are a way to show appreciation, not as a way to get something. Let's say you tell a woman she has a beautiful smile. This is a nice and good thing to say, but Stoicism tells us not to expect anything in return. The woman doesn't have to act a certain way just because you praised her. Think about it this way: when you give a praise or a gift, do it because you want to spread good vibes, not because you want something in return. If she appreciates it, that's great, but if she doesn't, accept it with grace. Grace. This fits with the Stoic idea that you should focus on what you're doing and not worry about what will happen. In the same way that everyone else, women value respect and real care. If you buy her a gift, she might appreciate it, but she doesn't have to invite you to her house or start dating you because of it. Stoicism says that true generosity expects nothing in return. Your actions should be based on your values, not on the desire for immediate rewards. Keep your cool and respect her if she says no or doesn't reply positively. Walk away with dignity. This shows that you are strong and value her right to be alone. Stoics believe in keeping balance no matter what is going on around them. This is also true in social situations. Remember to keep things light and natural. You might push her away if you put too much pressure on the conversation. Social interactions should be fun and respectful, not full of expectations or duties. Also, know that making a real connection takes time. Stoicism stresses the importance of patience, which means appreciating the process and not rushing to a certain outcome, like not expecting love or a relationship right away. Take time to talk, share hobbies, and show respect for each other. This way of doing things helps build a strong base for any relationship, whether it's a friendship or something more serious. Stoicism also tells us to think about our goals. Why are you giving gifts or compliments? Is it to make someone's day genuinely better or to get approval? If we're honest with ourselves about our reasons, we can make sure that our actions are in line with our values, which leads to more genuine and satisfying interactions. To treat women with respect and care, you have to understand that they are not owed your compliments or gifts. Your goal shouldn't be to get praise or rewards, but to make real relationships. Remember that patience is key, as the Stoics say, and work on being the best version of yourself. Let go of standards that are too high. This method not only shows respect for the other person, but it also fits with having a good life. Number 5. Ask her about her interests. Stoicism values strong connections and getting to know others on a deeper level. When talking to women, it's important to show that you're interested in their interests and hobbies. Instead of asking directly, "What are your hobbies?" This not only fits with Stoic ideas of empathy and active listening, but it also builds a strong base for a long-lasting relationship. You could start by talking about yourself. For example, "I just started hiking, and it's been a great way to clear my mind." This makes the question feel more natural and lets her talk about her interests without making you feel awkward when she does. Pay close attention and ask follow-up questions. If she says she loves painting, you could ask, "That's interesting. What kind of paintings do you like making the most?" You're not just making small talk. This shows that you're interested in her. To make her feel comfortable and valued, which is a core Stoic principle, talk about her interests and hobbies. This will make her feel more at ease and interested in spending more time with you, which increases the chances that she will be open to going on a date. Instead of feeling like you're approaching her out of the blue, you'll come across as someone who genuinely wants to understand and appreciate her unique interests. Remember that subtlety and genuine curiosity are key. Ask her about her interests in a way that fits with the Stoic practice of mindful communication and helps you connect with her on a deeper level. If you've read this far and are still here, please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments section below or by typing them directly into the text box. I value honest conversation. Your involvement shows that you understand our message. Let's keep going. Number 6. Treat her with respect. Stoic thought is based on respect, which is important in all relationships, but especially with women. Stoicism tells us to respect each person's worth and potential, which is very important when you're trying to connect with a woman. Thanks. When you approach a woman, it's important to create a good atmosphere that builds trust. This is a basic part of any healthy relationship. To show respect, you should recognize her individual goals and dreams. For example, if she says she wants to be an engineer, you should support and encourage her instead of suggesting she open a bakery, which would not only belittle her ambitions, but also show a lack of respect for her abilities and dreams. In Stoicism, we are taught to treat others with respect, recognizing their unique potential and supporting their journey. Being respectful means more than not calling her names. It also means actively listening to her, valuing her views, and supporting her efforts. If she talks about her ideas, pay close attention and don't cut her off or dismiss them. Show that you are genuinely interested by asking questions and offering help. For example, if she talks about starting her own business, you could say, "That sounds great. What kind of business are you thinking of?" This shows that you respect her and care about her ideas and goals. Respecting her also means recognizing and honoring her limits. If she tells you she doesn't want a relationship, accept it without making her feel bad or putting pressure on her. When we respect someone else's choices, it shows that we value their independence and personal freedom. Showing respect also includes how you deal with disagreements and mistakes. If she makes a mistake, instead of blaming or criticizing her, offer support and understanding and encourage her to learn from it and grow. For example, if she faces a setback in her career or personal life, you could say, "Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of the journey. How can I help you move forward?" This kind of support is in line with Stoic ideas and helps make a stronger, more meaningful relationship in real life. Respect can show up in many forms. It can be as simple as looking her in the eyes while you talk, recognizing her contributions, and thanking her for her hard work. It can also mean standing up for her when others disrespect her and making sure she feels safe and important in your presence. Women want partners who believe in them and respect their uniqueness. If you live by the Stoic principles of respect and dignity, you create a positive and supportive environment that makes her feel valued and understood. Remember that respect isn't just words, it's actions that show you truly value her as a person. By acting respectfully, you show her that you appreciate her for who she is, which builds a strong, respectful, and meaningful relationship. Number 7. Find things that you both like. When talking to women, finding things you have in common is a great way to connect with them on a deeper level. Sharing common interests and experiences can make her feel more at ease and drawn to you. This is because people naturally move toward people who seem familiar to them. Let's look at an example to show this. If you see an interesting woman at a party and want to start a conversation, you don't have to come up with a fancy opening line. You can just ask her how she knows the host. This makes her feel more at ease. As you continue to talk, look for more things you have in common. For example, if she says she loves hiking, you can say, "I love hiking too. Have you ever been to the trails near the mountains?" This shows that you both enjoy hiking and encourages her to share more about her experiences. When she talks about her favorite hiking spots, you can say, "I've been to that trail too. It's one of my favorites because of the beautiful views at the top." This method is very similar to Stoic principles because you're not trying to impress her. You're genuinely interested in understanding and connecting with her. You're present in the moment, listening to her experiences and sharing your own. This builds a bridge between your lives, making her see you as someone who shares her interests and values. As the conversation goes on, pay attention to her body language. If she starts leaning in or stepping closer, it's a good sign that she feels a connection. This feeling of familiarity and comfort is what brings people closer. It's not about tricks or manipulation. It's about making a real connection based on shared experiences and values. Maybe you both value personal growth. Bringing up things you both have in common, like reading similar books or wanting to work in the same field, will not only make her feel at ease, but also show that you understand and value her point of view. For example, if she talks about her favorite book, you could say, "That's one of my favorites too. The way the author describes the characters is amazing. What did you think of the ending?" This starts a deeper conversation where you can both talk about your thoughts and feelings about something you both care about. Finding common ground isn't just a way to get her interested in you. It's about making a real connection. According to Stoic teachings, every interaction is a chance to practice empathy, understanding, and presence. Focusing on these principles will make you more attractive because you'll be seen as someone who cares about connecting with people on a personal level. The next time you want to talk to a woman, remember to look for something you have in common, like a hobby, a mutual friend, or a similar outlook on life. These connections will build a strong foundation for meaningful conversations and relationships, and you'll be practicing the Stoic art of understanding and connecting with others, which will not only improve your personal relationships, but also make your own life better. Number 8. Be a better listener. One of the most important skills that guys who are trying to figure out how to talk to women often forget is to listen. Many men ask themselves, how do women want me to talk to them? And even after thinking about it for a long time, they often can't find the answer they need to talk about their interests. They think that showing off their accomplishments will make women like them, so they brag about their money or their degree. From a conservative point of view, this is the wrong way to go about dating and won't get you very far. Listening more and talking less is the best way to connect and understand someone. Stoicism tells us to focus on what we can control and to show respect and humility. When you listen carefully, you practice these virtues. Instead of thinking about yourself and what you can show off, pay attention to the woman you're talking to and make her feel heard and valued. Pay attention when she talks about her interests. Don't just nod your head and wait for your turn to talk. Engage with her story by asking questions and showing genuine interest. For example, if she says she loves painting, don't just say that's cool. Instead, ask her what inspires her, what her favorite painting is, or how she feels when she's making art. This shows that you're interested in her as a person, not just trying to impress her. Listening more doesn't just mean sitting there and not saying anything when she talks about her day, her dreams, or her problems. Show understanding and interest. If she tells you about a problem at work, don't offer solutions right away. Instead, say something like, "That sounds really tough. How do you feel about it?" This shows that you care about how she feels and what she's been through. Being present is another important part of listening these days. It's easy to get sidetracked by our phones or our own thoughts. But when you're talking to a woman, put your phone down, look her in the eyes, and pay attention to what she's saying. This shows that you value the conversation and is in line with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature by being present and respectful in your interactions. Being mindful and present in every moment, including conversations, is an important part of Stoicism. When you really listen, you practice mindfulness, which is another important part of Stoicism. When you listen more, you learn more too. For example, when you listen to women, you not only make them feel valued, but you also gain insights and knowledge that can make your own life better. This constant learning and growth is central to Stoic practice. To have interesting conversations with women, you need to listen more. This means being truly interested and asking good questions. By performing these actions, being present and valuing what she says, you are in line with the Stoic ideas of humility, respect, mindfulness, and constant learning. Don't worry about what you can show off. Focus on the link you're making in the present. When you listen more, you make room for real conversation and stronger relationships, which is much more appealing than any beating around the bush. Real hearing is easy to forget in today's busy world, but being able to listen well is a very useful skill that can make both personal and business relationships much better. Focusing on others and really getting their point of view shows that you value them, builds trust, and leads to deeper connections. Listening well is more than just hearing what someone says. It also means interacting with them, showing empathy, and reacting with care. Paying attention. Engagement. Keep eye contact, nod, and use affirmative movements to show that you are fully present. Don't talk over the speaker. Let them finish their thought without talking over them. This shows that you respect them and helps you fully understand what they are saying. Show you care. Understanding emotions. Pay attention to how the other person is feeling and show understanding. Validate feelings. Let the person know that you understand and value their feelings. This shows that you value their point of view and experiences. Ask questions to get clear. Ask open-ended questions to get a better sense of what the other person is thinking and feeling. Reflect back. Restate what the person who spoke has said to show that you understand and are paying attention. Do not get sidetracked. Minimize interruptions. Pick a quiet place to work and put away phones and other electronic devices that might distract you. Attention on the speaker. Give the person speaking your full attention and make sure they feel heard and respected. Learn to be patient. Give the speaker time to think and answer, especially when the talk is complicated. Understand that good communication takes time and that being a good listener often requires staying calm and patient. You can greatly improve your listening skills by doing these things, which will lead to more important and useful interactions. Number 9. Be genuinely interested. To live by this principle, show real curiosity. I don't just ask where she works, I ask what she likes most about her job or the hardest things about it. These questions encourage her to share more about her experiences, thoughts, and feelings, and they show that you care about her as a person. Sincere curiosity isn't just asking questions, it's also active listening when she answers. Pay attention to the details and show interest. For example, if she talks about a project she's passionate about, you could ask her what inspired her to take on that project, or how has it helped you grow as a person. This kind of engagement shows that you care about more than just what she does. You also want to know why she does it and how it makes her feel. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to understand and care about other people. When you show genuine curiosity, you're practicing these values. You're telling her that your actions and questions matter to you, which can help you connect with her more deeply because she feels heard and valued. Being present and giving her your full attention is a sign of genuine curiosity. This shows respect and can make your conversations more meaningful. For example, if she says she's been learning a new skill, you could ask her why she started or how the learning process has been for her. These questions not only show interest, but also lead to deeper, more interesting conversations. In addition to asking questions, you should also tell them a little about yourself. Sharing your thoughts and experiences can help both of you understand each other better. For example, if she talks about a hobby she loves, you could talk about a hobby you also enjoy or an experience that is similar to hers. This can make your conversation more interesting and relatable. Showing respect for her uniqueness is another part of being genuinely interested. If she talks about something she's proud of, praise it. You could say something like, "That's impressive. It sounds like you put a lot of work into it," or "I can see why you're so passionate about that." Acknowledging her accomplishments and interests shows that you value who she is and what she stands for. Authentic curiosity is more than just asking questions. It's about making her feel safe enough to be herself. It's about showing that you care about her story and value the insights she brings to the talk by following these Stoic rules. You can build a connection that is real, respectful, and deeply enriching if you show true interest and ask thoughtful questions the next time you're talking to someone. Pay close attention and value her unique point of view. This method will not only make her feel important, but it will also help you build a deeper connection based on respect and understanding. Number 10. Use humor wisely. Funny things can help you connect with people, even women, but you need to know how to use them right. When it comes to humor, Stoicism teaches us the value of moderation and wisdom. When used wisely, humor can create a sense of ease and foster a deeper connection, But it's important to avoid jokes that are hurtful, insensitive, or overly sarcastic. These types of jokes can quickly turn a positive interaction into a negative one, destroying the connection you're trying to build. Instead, aim for light-hearted humor that can lift the mood and make her feel comfortable around you. Think of humor as a way to show your playful side and keep the conversation going. For example, if you notice she's had a long day, you might say, "Sounds like you had a marathon day. Did you get a medal at the end?" This kind of humor acknowledges her hard work without making fun of her experience. It's a gentle way to make her smile and show that you're paying attention to her feelings. Stoicism focuses on being aware and present in the present. Moment is important when you're talking to a woman. Being present means actively listening and answering with care. If you use humor to add to the conversation instead of taking over, it can work. For example, if you're talking about something serious, a well-placed joke can help ease the tension and keep the conversation on track. For example, you could say, "I know we're getting deep here, but I promise I won't start charging for therapy sessions." This shows that you can have important conversations and also know when to make people laugh. Also, kind and thoughtful humor fits with Stoic virtues. Having fun shouldn't come at the cost of other people. Instead, your humor should make people feel better and create a good mood. Sharing funny stories from your own life, as long as they're not too self-deprecating, is another great way to connect with others. For example, you could tell a light-hearted story about a time you tried something new and it didn't go as planned. This shows that you're humble and can relate to others. Important parts of Stoic practice. If you use humor correctly, it can also show that you're confident. A man who can laugh at himself and the world around him without mean intent shows that he is sure of himself. This kind of confidence is attractive and reassuring because it shows that you can handle life's ups and downs with a positive attitude, which is a core Stoic principle. When you use humor wisely, you should pay attention to how your words fit into the conversation and make sure your jokes are kind and thoughtful. This method not only makes her laugh, but it also shows that you can balance seriousness with joy, which makes your interactions more enjoyable and memorable. By applying these Stoic principles to your humor, you can connect with women in a deeper, more genuine way. Number 11. Be mindful of body language. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to be self-aware and in charge of everything, from our thoughts and actions to our body language. For example, when you're talking to a woman, pay attention to your body language. It can have a big effect on how she sees you and how the conversation moves. Keep your eyes on the person. This is one of the most important parts of good conversation. Eye contact shows that you are interested and confident in the conversation. It's more than just looking at someone. It means that you are present and paying attention. For example, if she's telling you a personal story or expressing her thoughts, making steady eye contact can help her feel heard and valued. Think of it as a moment of mutual understanding and respect. Next, use open gestures to show that you are actively listening. For example, leaning in slightly when she speaks shows that you are fully engaged in the conversation. Nodding your head or smiling can also show that you are paying attention and valuing what she has to say. For example, leaning in and nodding while she talks about her day can make her feel like you're interested in her feelings and experiences. On the other hand, don't use negative body language like crossing your arms or looking distracted. These actions can make you seem closed off or uninterested. Imagine being in a conversation with someone who is always looking around or crossing their arms. It doesn't feel welcoming or engaging. Instead, keep your posture open and relaxed. This could mean uncrossing your arms and facing her directly while keeping your hands out in front of you. Mirroring is another part of body language. This means subtly copying the other person's movements and positions. It can help build rapport and a sense of connection. For example, if she leans forward while talking, you might lean forward a little too. This shows that your emotions and bodies are in sync with hers, which can lead to a deeper connection. Also, pay close attention to how your face looks. Being aware that your face can show a lot of different feelings can help you talk to people better. An honest smile, raised eyebrows, expressions of interest or thoughtfulness can all make the conversation better. For example, if she tells you a joke or a funny story, a genuine smile or laugh can make her feel like you find her funny. By being aware of your body language, you are practicing the Stoic principle of being present in the moment. Being self-aware and in charge of your nonverbal cues not only makes you a better communicator, but it also helps you make deeper, more meaningful connections. Setting up a place where she feels safe and appreciated is important for building a strong connection. Don't forget that good communication isn't just about what you say. It's also about how you say it and the signs you send with your body language. That's all for today. I hope that our in-depth look at the 11 most effective ways to start talks with women was helpful. Is not only interesting but also very useful. Whether you're new to dating or want to strengthen relationships you already have, understanding how to communicate clearly can make all the difference. In this video, we've combined the timeless wisdom of Stoicism with modern interpersonal dynamics to give you a set of tools that will help you improve your conversational skills in meaningful ways. If you liked the video and think you learned something useful, please consider showing your support by clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel for more transformative content, and sharing this video with friends who might also benefit from these strategies. Please leave a comment below with your thoughts or any experiences you've had using these techniques. We love hearing from you and learning about your journey of personal growth and relationship building. If you want to learn more about any of the topics we talked about today, check out the recommended videos that are showing up on your screen right now. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.